Warning, this is not my normal content. So if you don't want to watch this, I'm not requiring you or forcing you to watch this of any sort. This is my personal preference to post this, and I know this is not going to be appealing to every single person who watches my TikTok, YouTube, or whatever. This is going to be posted on YouTube, so whoever watches my YouTube channel, if you don't want to watch this, it's totally understandable, and I'm not forcing you to. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Jasmine, and this video is mostly just about hacks I had and what I've been through in my life as a VI person, but just generally my mental health. So I'm so much happier now. On a preface, like, I'm gonna cast back to year 8, year 7, and I'm year 10 now. I had waves, I've had down. Everyone has a downtime. I'm having a really hard week, but I thought I would relive everything that I've been through, and maybe at the end we'll talk about some of my highs. And I've had so many highs this past year so far. 2026 is just my year, but I thought this time last year I was depressed. Not like totally depressed, but depressed in the way that I had anxiety, and I was kind of really like insecure about my sight, and my sight has changed since last year, but last year I was feeling like I was not me, like my anxiety was at a high, and there was other stuff in my life going on in May last year that I don't really want to talk on YouTube. If you know, you know. Also that, and then what else was going on in my life. And I think I was just around people, school people. I didn't have a weekend, I think in 4 weekends, in like 4 or 5 weekends, I could actually like lay down and really like just decompose my feelings, It wasn't until 3rd weekend of June that I actually got to lay in bed and realise, oh, this is relaxing. And that was since like just before May was the last opportunity, so it was like a month and a bit that I didn't get a breast. But I want to say that since then I've improved so much. I'm gonna say it, November wasn't a month for me. If you know what happened, you know what happened. It wasn't that bad, but I was just dealing with the after effects of what happened in June. No, I mean, and then in January my life has really picked up. But yeah, so let's start off with year 7. I lost a friend that I had since primary, and I was in a toxic friendship, I want to preface, and it was really wearing down on me, and it wasn't helping with my mental health. And then I made these amazing friends, and I thought, oh my gosh, everything's gonna look up. I still have those 3 girls. I'm still friends with one of them. I'm like best friends with her, and you know who you are. You're amazing, kind, sweet, and you're the reason all this is like. You're the reason why I made most of this absolute hell of my life. And you see me at my bottom, you see me at my top, and I literally can't believe we're still best friends. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I love you so much. But yeah, so I met these amazing friends, and I thought everything would be fine, my life would work out, everything would work out, my life would look better. Year 8 would be my year. If I knew, telling future Jasmine, year 8 will be the worst year of your life. Yeah. Let's start. We're gonna start off with when it went down my birthday. That's my whole book that I'm gonna talk about, but I'm not gonna get into detail. All I'm gonna get told into detail is my friend I put so much effort for nearly 2 years kind of just like backstabbed me and kind of went with this other girl, and they just were whispering, and like, this is my side of the point. So what did I do for me? Anxiety. I felt like I was losing friends again, and I had no one to hang out with, and I just felt like this was the most depressing. This one I was actually so bad that I wouldn't get out of bed. Like, I was just laying in bed all the time. Like my weekend, I would go to school, and then when I got back, I was just laying in bed watching YouTube, and then I was watching YouTube, and I was also in a toxic friendship. Didn't help, literally didn't help. So by Easter, I picked myself up. I realized I'm going to stop moping. I'm going to try to fix my life around. So I started joining clubs. I joined guides, and I joined gymnastics. So I met some friends, and I thought, yay, friends got friends. Like, my life is starting to look relatively positive, right? And at this point, I'm still struggling with my mental health a lot, but like, it's not as bad as December. In December, it got really bad to the point that I still went out with my family. I still did stuff. So I had this mask over my face. Like, I hate masking it, but this mask on my face. And I remember I went to New Year's Eve party, and I keep bringing this up. Everyone probably knows the story, but I'm going to say it again. To this New Year's Eve party, and it was, I would say, pretty. The evening before, like New Year's Eve, was chill. I got my hair done. I was sort of in a good mood. I remember making TikToks. I was in that kind of mood. I was in that era. And I was just vibing. You know what I mean? Just vibing. But, you know, I think it, like, I was still, like, really in me. I was just trying to put on this big thing. Really awkward because it was just, like, yeah. But I remember just sitting there going, yeah, hey. I remember being a bit quiet, but then being a tiny bit loud. I was a tiny bit loud, but I wasn't, like, loud. I was just a tiny bit loud than I normally am. And it's because I don't think I'm allowed to be up right now, but whatever, it's fine. I'm a tiny bit louder than I used to be, but yeah, also, this is, like, helping me with my, like, anxiety this week. You know, I was, like, really loud. Like, I was just trying to be a little louder than I was that month. I was just trying to get out of my comfort zone. These are people that, like, I've seen millions of times. They're, like, family. I'm going to try to get out of my comfort zone, right? Did it work? 20% of it did. 20% out of that 100%, 20%. I don't think they realised anything that evening. But I partied my body out to that evening. I remember just partying, just trying to get all that anxiety. The main part of this story is New Year's Day. New Year's Day was kind of just like this whirlwind of 1st of January 2024. I seriously wanted 2024 to be my year. Wasn't my year, guys. It wasn't. No, it was my year, but I don't think it was completely my year. I don't know how to explain it. Summer was my year, but yeah. I had the best summer last summer. But yeah, what was I gonna say? So yeah, I just remember sitting between, so the heater's here, the stairs are here. There's like this small, I think there's like, you can stand there. That's how wide it is. I don't know how to explain it. Like, as a video person, like, I think my arm's at the perfect length. If I'm wrong, sorry, but this is the length I think it is at. Just maybe a bit like that, I think. So yeah, that or that, I don't know. But yeah, you could stand there. So I was sitting there, like, on my knees. Like, my knees were before, and I was kind of crouching, so I kind of doing it. And I remember this same, like, okay, I got asked by 5 people if I was okay. And then this one person asked me, like, 6 times if I was okay. Of course, around the whole day. Yeah, I still remember that, and that's why you're on my look-up list. What I mean by look-up list, I have a couple girls I look up to, and that's one reason she's on my look-up list. She knew something. I think she knew something. I'm never gonna ask her. I will never ask her. I will never ask her. Never ever ask her. But I think she knew something was wrong. And of course I didn't want to share. I was just like, I'm okay. I broke. I tried to hang out with my cousins, but I was just, I don't know if you guys can remember that. I was just very, like, man, I know my cousin noticed something. At this point, we had a bond, but we weren't like this. We were more like this. Okay? So it was like, I think she noticed something, but I don't think she knew how to ask me, or she didn't know what to ask me. Fair, she was young. Like, I don't expect a kid to ask me, am I okay, like, properly. But yeah, it was just, I could tell she knew something was off, and the other girl knew something was off. But that little story just means a lot to me every time I look back, and knowing that someone knew I was not okay when I was actually struggling, it means more than you think it means to me. But fast forward, I picked my life around in April, made some friends, thought everything was fine, got out of my toxic friendship, and the rest of that year was relatively positive for me. The only bad thing was the week of my sister's wedding, May, I kind of struggled a tiny bit with I think I just got really overstimulated and overwhelmed, and then I got blocked, and it just like, but like, besides that, I think I wasn't like that bad. I was a tiny bit, but I wasn't struggling as much as I was in December, but I think I just was hung up over a tip, which now I look back, I thought it was a big deal, but now I look back, I'm like, a tip is not the end of the world. A tip is a tip. You can't tip, and you know, and then I didn't really have it. And then in November, I got talked behind my back by my best friend, and I'm over it. I'm just saying, I overthink for a month and a half, and then I realised I love her, I forgive her. No. When you hugged me that day, you hugged me after my party, on the day you were going home after you talked about me. Nah, girl, I did not forgive you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. If you see this is my admitting to you. I will admit this to you in person one day, but I did not forgive you. That's why my hug was so loose. Like, I was like this instead of like this. And that's how I hug now, but I went like that. Like, I was like, why are you hugging me? Like, why are you there? I'll text you later. I struggled to trust her for like 3 months. That caused me trust issues. I'm sorry, it did. I'm over it now, but I'm over it, and I forgive you, but I'll never forget. But that caused me trust issues, and that caused me over that I started overthinking it. And then February went by, everything was fine. 2025 was chill. Started 2025 with fireworks and my ma's, and it was a really chill year. Like, I don't think I would ever want to take 2025. Very chill to start off with. And then I had a bit of depression this time last year came up, and I was very positive. And then it happened. And then also I was going for a walking phase with my best friend again. And I didn't know how to deal with it. I also felt like I was trying to build a friendship with this other girl. I was struggling in school. So everything in May just felt like a lot. It just felt like this big cloud over me. But it wasn't as bad as December of 2023. But it wasn't the best month of my life. June picked myself up the first 2 weeks. June had 3 weeks. July was alright-ish. August was amazing until the 6th when I had the accident. And then I had 3 weeks of beautiful bliss in Zambia. And then October, I realised I had the detachment of my retina. And I just didn't know how to deal with that news. Like, what do you do with that information? I cried about it the first time I heard about it. I just wish it was delivered to me in a nicer way, a nicer tone. But besides that, I also cried because I lost one of my closest friends on that day. I love her so much that I'm crying about it now. I wish you the best, Darcy. I know you watch my YouTube channel. I wish you the best, and I don't hate you. I don't think, but I do think it's a bit weird what happened. Also in May, I was going through some Emily drama. I'm naming and shaming Emily. I'm naming and shaming. I don't care if it's my YouTube channel. Naming and shaming. There's a difference. Name and shame Emily. You didn't have to do that when I was going through that much. So I was also doing some Emily stuff in May. But back to point time. And then my birthday was fine. And then just the rest of 2025 was kind of just like an up down. December, it was not really that anxiety. I think I was just chilling, vibing, and now we're here, and I'm having a hard week, and I'm gonna get through it, guys. I've got one more day, and we're gonna make next week a better week. What did we say? Better week. What did we say? Better week. And we're going in for a half day tomorrow. So we just need to go run downstairs quickly, ask my dad if he can pick me up. I thought I would make this video for people to know that I see you. If you're going through anything but shimmy things that I went through, it's fine. The world is not crumbling. You're not crumbling. You're amazing, you're perfect, and the way you are is the way you are. And if you're in the place where I was in December 2023, I know no one's listening to you. No one is hearing you. I hear you. Like, I hear you so much. It's okay. It's okay if you don't want to get up. It's okay if you just want to watch YouTube or TikTok in bed. It's okay. It's okay if you don't want to go out with your family. It's okay to mask. It's okay sitting on that bench in school and crying. It's okay. It's okay. It will get better. It looks like it's not gonna get better. I'm crying because I'm literally, I remember this. It's okay. It's okay to feel like your best friend and your things are drifting away. It will get better. Some friendships will crumble, some friendships will stick. The true friends stick. The true friends stick through everything. And you'll know. You'll know one day who your true friends are. It might take a while for you to realise. It took me 2 years to realise. It took me a year and a bit to realise. April, May, July, June of 2025, that's when I realised. It took me 2 years to realise. It took me a year and a bit to realise, but love ya, guys, who stayed by my side through thick and thin. Also, in January, I lost my best friend that we've been friends since year 7. Basically, we had this big disagreement, and I always felt like I was being her little mitching bag, and like I was always listening to her rants, her things, and some things I can't share here on YouTube because of her personal reasons. But if you're my friend, I probably told you why we fell out, and I can elaborate if we're friends or for cousins. But I love you so, so much, and I wish you guys all the best. Good night. I love you. I actually need to get some sleep because I have to do a half day tomorrow. What I don't want to do, dumb bacon. But we've got dance, maths, break, history, and home will be picked at 12. So, I just want you to know, is that a good day lessons? Is that good or that bad? Love ya.